If you're looking for movies or TV shows featuring one-person army action, you just click on the right video. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on discovering great movies and TV shows again. Number 1. Spectre, 2015.
What were you doing there?
I was taking some overdue holiday.
A cryptic message from Bond's past sends him on a trail to uncover a sinister organization. James Bond goes to Mexico City with the task of eliminating Marco Sierra without his boss knowing. This results in Bond being temporarily suspended from his activities and installing a locator in his blood, which allows the British government to always know where on the planet he is. Despite this, Bond counts on the help of his colleagues in the organization so that he can continue his personal investigation into the mysterious organization called Spectre. Number 2. The Accountant, 2016.
The skills he'll need to lead a full life.
It's not going to happen. The world is not a friendly place.
Since childhood, Christian Wolff has been good at mathematics with his obsessive personality. Good at numbers, but has problems with relationships. Currently, Chris pretends to work in a small office as an ordinary employee, even though he is a freelance accountant who is falsifying the financial reports of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world. When the Crime Enforcement Division at the Department of Finance is interested in investigating his activities, Chris looks for new clients to cover up his cases. However, Chris has shown the truth that lead him to a number of murder cases. Number 3. Angel Has Fallen, 2019.
I'm selecting you for Secret Service Director. Congratulations.
I'll give him my best shot, sir.
The story of a man who is believed to be responsible for an assassination and has struggled to exonerate himself. Secret Service member Mike Banning is assigned to protect President Alan Trumbull. An Air Force attack that threatens President Trumbull's life causes Banning's life to change. Banning becomes the target of terrorist attacks in the middle of an Air Force flight. After the attack, Mike Banning is the target of a smear campaign. Banning, who is thought to be responsible for the assassination of the president, is determined to uncover the truth. However, doing so is not easy. While trying to uncover the names behind the attack, Banning is forced to escape from his own agency and the FBI. Number 4. Wrath of Man, 2021.
We ain't the predators, we're the prey.
You ready?
Ready.
He simply calls himself H, Jason Statham, and works as the new guy at an armored car company that transports hundreds of millions of dollars back and forth across Los Angeles every week. Robberies of the rolling safes are almost a daily occurrence. H and his colleagues can't be squeamish when it comes to protecting the money entrusted to them, and H is certainly anything but squeamish. But the secret of H initially doesn't reveal the real reason why he joined the company. He has a very personal motivation to find the masterminds behind a series of particularly brutal robberies that appear to be connected. Number 5. Nobody, 2021.
Working out for you.
You're okay. Because you don't look okay.
Hutch Mansell is a suburban man living with his wife Becca and son Blake. The family's ordinary life is turned upside down one night when 2 burglars break into their home. Hutch remains unresponsive to the burglars in order to prevent further violence. However, his failure to defend his family causes his son and wife to distance themselves from him. This event causes Hutch to repress some emotions that he has been suppressing for years. Hutch enters a world of fists and gunfire and tries to make sure that he will never be taken for granted again. Number 6. The Gray Man, 2022.
Send anyone else?
The Gray Man.
Lloyd.
Follows Gentry, one of the CIA's best and most lethal mercenaries, whose real identity is unknown. He embarks on a mission across Europe to rescue his contractor, Sir Donald Fitzroy, and his family from Lloyd, a member of a giant French corporation and former CIA officer. However, the mercenary ends up discovering very dirty secrets of the agency, and Lloyd, in turn, places a bounty on Gentry's head, so that he can steal $1 billion from an oil business deal in Nigeria. If that were not enough, the country's president, in turn, also wants Gentry dead for the murder of his brother. Based on the novel of the same name by Mark Greaney. Number 7. Bullet Train, 2022. Ladybug is a down-on-his-luck assassin determined to do his job peacefully after one too many missions go off the rails. On the verge of giving up on his career, he is recruited by Maria Beetle to collect a briefcase on a bullet train heading from Tokyo to Morioka. Fate, however, may have other plans, as Ladybug's latest mission puts him on a collision course with lethal adversaries from around the world, all with connected but conflicting goals. On board are fellow assassins Kimura, Prince, Tangerine, and Lemon. On the world's fastest train, one of Japan's Shinkansen bullet trains, Ladybug is threatened with a bomb that will automatically detonate if the train slows below 50 miles per hour unless a ransom is paid. Number 8. The Equalizer 3, 2023.
I'm beginning to understand real peace.
They see you as one of us now.
I believe this is where I'm supposed to be.
The Equalizer. The final chapter is the third and final film in the Equalizer franchise, which began in 2014 and was inspired by the 1980s series of the same name starring Edward Woodward. In the third chapter of the saga, since giving up his life as a government assassin, Robert McCall has been unable to rest. He wants to help those around him and has struggled to reconcile the horrible things he did in the past, finding strange solace in serving justice on behalf of the oppressed. Now living in southern Italy, he soon discovers that his new friends are under the control of local crime bosses. As events turn deadly, McCall becomes a protector as he takes on the mafia. Number 9. John Wick, Chapter 4, 2023.
A new day is dawning. New ideas, new rules, new management.
The professional assassin returns to the big screen in John Wick 4, Baba Yaga. Professional assassin John Wick has now turned half the underworld against him as his vendetta enters its fourth round in New York, Berlin, Paris, and Osaka. His team, consisting of the Bowery King, hotel manager Winston, and concierge Karen from the legendary Continental Assassin Hotel, are once again part of the party. However, the chances of escape this time seem almost impossible as the biggest enemy is emerging. The ruthless underworld boss Marquis de Gramont, who has entire alliances behind him, poses the biggest and most bloodthirsty threat yet. Number 10. The Beekeeper, 2024.
Private property.
Do you know what they do here? Scamming the weakest in our society.
Buddy, I'm counting to 3.
1, 2, 3.
At first glance, Mr. Clay appears to be dedicated to beekeeping. But when his neighbor is robbed of her savings in a telephone scam and subsequently takes her own life, his bees must take a back seat. His sole focus now is revenge. Even if he has to cut off every finger of each participant, he won't stop until he has destroyed the entire organization responsible for the scams. However, he quickly discovers on his quest for revenge that the fraudsters are more powerful than initially suspected. But his enemies soon learn the hard way that they aren't dealing with a simple beekeeper, but with a former special agent of a mysterious organization called the Beekeepers.